All right, and with that, I believe we are live. All right, so I have done a little bit of work on a lot of things actually. The layout is nice. The match tracker actually updates properly now because I just kind of brute forced one. But notably, I've done a little bit of work on the deck list as well. Gonna try a couple of different things. I really liked my removal suite the last time I was looking at it. The only thing that I really could think of was, wow, I really wish this Blood Chief's Thirst was a fatal push. But I don't know if it's really that big of a deal. I really enjoyed File of Galadriel. This guy right here. I ran into a couple of different situations where this card was just ridiculously strong and was able to either threaten to win or just drew me into everything. There was one situation where it drew me into a Stirrings and an Inquisition, and then I realized, oh, this would have taken me 2 turns. But now I get it in 1 turn. So I'm going to go ahead and play 2 of these. Just to try and find situations in which I think they would be appropriate. Here, give me a second. Just doing a bit of audio testing here to make sure that I can still hear myself over the music. Just doing a bit of audio testing so that I can. And yes, I still can. I still haven't figured out a way to do this without live streaming. Yes, I still haven't. All right. Well, I think that's probably good enough. Let's just go ahead and get started, actually. Alright, sorry about the delay. So, let's take a look at this hand. What does this hand do? This hand goes to 15 to play Thoughtseize. Does it go to 15? I don't think it goes to 15. I think I'm going to keep it. It's got double Thoughtseize, but it also has Shredder. Urza's mine, huh? Gonna be pretty happy for this triple Thoughtseize hand, I think. Wow. Wow. That is a hand. Uh, yeah. You gotta kind of keep hands like that when you're drawn. It was a power plant, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna Thoughtseize you again. I'm gonna take that Karn. They've got another Talisman. So Karn is gone. I'll play the Mycosynth Gardens here. I'm really desperately digging for a Lantern. Whatever they top deck in this particular top deck, they just get. They played in Urza's Tower. That's terrifying. Talisman of Resilience. Please just blank. I'm begging you, please just blank. I will take an Urza Saga. Oh, and I skipped through my turn. Oh, that is brutal. I think I am going to blind mill them here. Oh man, I can't believe I skipped through my turn. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna play the Saga. And now I'm gonna cast this Ancient Stirrings. Desperately, desperately, desperately digging for an Urza Saga. Not finding one. Desperately digging for a Lantern, I mean. I don't think I'm gonna fire off... Yeah, Thoughtseize was not good there. Alright, and then whatever they draw here, they just get it. I'm continuing to blank. They're continuing to draw blanks. Damn, I wish they had drawn that All Is Dust, actually. Now, here's an interesting question. I don't think that I make constructs here. I think I just get as strong of a lock as I can. Which means that I'm going to have to give up my Mycosynth Gardens. Begging, pleading, snot crying that they draw a blank here, which they probably didn't. Oh, they did. They did not. They drew something terrible. They drew a Sowing Mycospawn. Sowing Mycospawn, I can handle. This makes me feel really bad, though. If I hadn't... Oh, dang it. All right. Wow, I'm misplaying. I'm terribly misplaying. I should have made a construct there. Wow, I'm just horribly misplaying this. Maybe I should start my warm-up streams with a friendly first. Dang, that feels bad. Alright, well... Wow, that feels really bad. I essentially punted twice. And I think they played the mine. Alright, so I'm really hoping to draw something nice here. I haven't yet. It's going to be a forest. Just I'm trying to get it out of my hand at this point. It's a Boseiju. Well, that's nice to know. And they will Boseiju me here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and copy that. I will use the ability. I will grab this. I will not pay 2 life. What do I needle? I'm not exactly sure what I needle, because needling Boseiju is probably incorrect here. So I'm going to do a little bit of digging in their deck and see what I should need. I could needle the One Ring, and I think I will. Alright, well, I'm still taking a pretty big beat down here. I need to top deck something miraculous. I have punted this quite a bit. Mishra's Bauble will help, but it will not solve my problems. Let's just see what they grab with this expedition map. They can't grab an Eye of Ugin, at least. They just grab another tower. That's fine. Alright, well, let's go ahead and see what I'm going to draw. Ancient Stirrings, I will take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will go ahead and make another Shredder here, because I've got 4 lands. Alright, Lantern Lock is on. You may not have an Ulamog. You may not have a World Breaker. But World Breaker doesn't really matter, since they can just go ahead and recur that. Yeah, if I hadn't messed up passing the turn accidentally. Yeah, they can just do this whenever they want. think I'm gonna have them shuffle. And it really is just bridge or bust here. Wow, I messed this up twice. That's embarrassing. Surgical will not do it. Okay. Well, lesson learned. Don't blow through your turn. All right, so what are coming in? The files are coming in. This is exactly the sort of situation where I would want file. Trophies are good. Surgicals are actually... I don't think surgicals are that good. I think neither cookbook nor cage are that good. I think duress is very good. Terrasunder, I think I'm gonna bring in a couple of Terrasunders at the expense of a Bauble and a Profane Tutor. Actually, at the expense of a Bauble... Do I want Inquisitions? I don't believe I do. Yeah, I think I'll try it like this. Wow, that was my game to win, and I just completely threw it away. Ugh. This hand heavily relies on Fomori Vault to dig out of this. I don't think I should mulligan any farther. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna bottom the needle. Wow, that was just absolutely embarrassing. I should have won that first game. Urza Saga, please carry me. Wow, they got Eldrazi Temples in there too, huh? That's interesting. Alright, so here it's a Blooming Marsh. What could they cast? I'm not entirely certain. Wow. Yeah, I'll take a lantern. I'm gonna grab Pixis here. And I will fetch shot. Well, not fetch shot, just fetch. Alright, what do we have to work with? Eugene's Labyrinth. I don't think that taking them off of mana is the correct play here. They got a Kozilek's command. Scries X, then draws a card. Exile the target creature with mana value X or less. Alright. Well, they're not going to draw the Labyrinth then. That Kozilek's command would be a very juicy Inquisition target. A Devourer of Destiny. You got it. They still have the Ugin's Labyrinth on top. So they did draw the Labyrinth. Why did they keep in their Allus Dust? I'm genuinely confused why they kept in their Allus Dust. So here they're going to hit this. So Ugin's Labyrinth is gone. What will they draw is the question. They drew a Boseiju. They have a Devourer of Destiny on top. I don't think I really care about that. I think I do just Needle Boseiju here. And let's go ahead and slam a bridge while we're at it. Those Urza Saga constructs being quite nice distractions. Very grateful for those. Alright, so they're going to draw a Devourer here. I do think that I need to get rid of this Terra Sunder just to take the Kozilek's command. Alright, well, what are they going to do here? Play Boseiju as a land. Cast Karn the Great Creator. Probably should have activated Vixis in response. Haywire Might, huh? I think I'm going to just tear asunder this guy right now. And I'll Pixis now. Alright, Urza's mine is fine. Very interesting to see what they hit with this Haywire Mine. They're holding it, which is correct, I think. Seeing quite a bit of restraint from the opponent, not just immediately slamming it on bridge or lantern or something. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. A Sowing Mycospawn. Yeah, you can hit my Fomori Vault. I didn't really have the opportunity to use that right now anyway. Played their mine, which means they still have 2 unknowns in hand. What are the chances that those unknowns are just complete blanks? Not that high, right? Not that high. Oh wait, that's just a Devour. Never mind. Let's see. Let's see. I could just slam bridge. Let Thought-Knot Seer take whatever they want. And I think I will. They're not drawing too hot right now anyway. And their Haywire Mite cannot exile... Their Haywire Mite can't really take me off of anything. The Pithing Needle has already done its job. I'm going to take 1 here. That's fine. Are they going to Thought-Knot Seer me? Another Sowing Mycospawn. I think I have to get... Oh! They're letting me draw this file without having a land. I don't think I can risk them drawing the World Breaker. I think I have to Pixis here. It feels very bad. Do I Stirrings to play Shredder immediately? I don't think so. And yes, I spent a long time working on those bubbles. Thank you. I think that... Sorry, I'm just now checking my chat. I think the colored card in my hand was probably the Terra Sunder right here. Maybe? They refuse to play whatever they're missing. Do I... No, I don't. Now here, I can Shredder into Stirrings into something else. Well, that's fine. Now I can Stirrings into Stone Cold nothing. Wow. Alright. I don't even think I care about them drawing the Sowing Mycospawn at this point. They've shown me that they don't really have any lands that I care about. I think I'm much more interested in drawing a discard spell at this point. Just because I need to know what they have. Sowing Mycospawn. I think they played the Ugin's Labyrinth. I'm pretty sure they have two... Yeah, they're gonna hit my thing. That's fine. I'm gonna keep the Pixis active. I will Shredder them. Yeah, this is fine. Ah, there's my discard spell that I want. Okay. Force is immediately played. Alright, let's see what they kept in their hand. Seer, Devourer of Destiny. Wow, I did know their hand. Alright, well I guess I'll take the... Does it really matter? No, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so... This is a win. I just need to play the cards that are in my hand. Alright. Be very cautious about not skipping through my turn. And at this point, it's really just keeping them off of anything important. In fact, I will save targets. Yep, that needs to go. That also needs to go. I think I will draw this Profane Tutor, though. Let's go ahead and mill them. Alright, that's fine. The One Ring, alright. Again, nothing really matters here. And they know this. Let's just go ahead and dig myself into more mill rocks, I think. Yep. So I'm going to grab another Pixis here. I will cast it, yes. Oh, come on, computer. You can do it. You can do it. Alright, my big thing is I can't let too many cards accumulate in my hand. And I can't let my clock run down too low. I think I'm at the point where I start milling them. Come on. There we go. Alright. Target myself. There's the One Ring. Doesn't matter. It's nice to know what is in their deck. Alright. Just gonna go ahead and not allow them to draw that World Breaker. Not allow them to get it into their graveyard either. Oh, they got cleanup. Go ahead and take that expedition map just in case, I guess, but I don't think it really matters. Alright, and this is the last card they draw. I don't need to play this either. Okay, and that's game 2. I would like to remind chat that this game 3 need to be played. It's interesting. Is the music cutting out for anybody else? Because it's cutting out for me, and it's quite annoying. I think I'm just going to resubmit. Okay, game 3. This hand has a duress to answer their first play. It has Pixis Shredder to help fuel for more Evolve. It has a bridge to buy a little bit of time. It desperately, desperately, desperately needs a lantern or a way to dig to a lantern. I do not believe it is correct to turn 1 to rest them. Never mind, it was correct to turn 1 to rest them. Oh, oh. I would like to pay 2 life. Let's just go ahead and do this now. So the thing I'm really scared of them doing right now is Karn or something like that. Karn, the One Ring, specifically off of a Hugin's Labyrinth. Eldrazi Temple hitting Thought-Knot Seer isn't particularly pleasant either. Eldrazi Temple hitting a Sowing Mycospawn is significantly better. Now the question becomes, do I play this Ensnaring Bridge, or do I play the other spells in my hand? I think I will see what I draw first, and then see what happens. A Stirrings. I think I'm going to play this Stirrings. A File. Oh, that's so tempting. You have no idea. What would I be taking instead of the File? File's not really going to be active or not next turn. Not the turn after. It's going to be several turns before File is active. I don't think I'm in a position where I can take File. I think I need to take the Bauble. It's quite sad. I would have loved to take that File, but I don't think I can. Yep, Karn the Great Creator. Look at that. All right, so they're continuing to keep in all this dust against me, which is something that I don't fully understand. Well, they drew and played an Eldrazi Temple. I think they're just keeping in all this dust so they can pitch it to their Hugin's Labyrinth. In all fairness, File would look really good right now. And I do need another bridge. Stat. That counts. I'm going to take a bit of damage first. Ah, and 2-0s in chat. Yep, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Now, here's a question. Do I hold up this Assassin's Trophy? Play the Shredder? Trophy something? Or do I hold up Fomori Vault? What would I be looking for off of a Fomori Vault? I would be looking for a Lantern, most likely. My opponent will have 2 draws that they can take before they could find a Lantern. Before they could, before my Lantern comes down. And those 2 draws could be anything. It could be even something that disrupts a Lantern. But I can trophy one of those draws. I think I can play the Shredder next turn. So I think I'm going to hold. I think I'm going to set a stop on their beginning of combat. All right, so we've already established that they don't have anything good to get off of their expedition maps. They're probably just going to get a mine. Yeah, they got a mine. Now they're going to play a Devourer of Destiny. Yeah, that's fine. I am going to discard this trophy. Looking for something here. Ah, well. I could find anything. I could even find another trophy. I'll go ahead and take the trophy. Screw it. Jeez, what do I do here? Think I'm going to. Oh, that was bad. That was a pretty bad misplay on my part. I probably should have held open the trophy. Now I'm just gonna have to chump this Devourer, and it's gonna feel really bad. And I'm just in a spot where I absolutely positively need to top deck a bridge or a Stirrings into a bridge. Well, now it needs to be a bridge. This is going to be a fun matchup to review when I go to my review stream later. All right, bridge or bust? Bridge. Always had it. I'm not going to blind Shredder them, but I will blind Pixis. I probably should have been blind Pixising this entire time. And now I'm just giving them all of the time to draw into an out. Giving myself a decent amount of time to draw into an out as well. But I'm running really low on time here. That doesn't make me feel good. Do I take the risk and Shredder them? I think I'm going to. Oh, always had it. Always had it. Oh boy. Oh geez. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Kozilek's command for x equals 16. Draw whatever the heck you want. And this is how they break this lock wide open. Yeah, the funny thing about this game is that it just didn't need to happen. I accidentally my Urza Saga in the first game, and didn't play it when I should have played it. Just skipped through my entire turn. So I didn't play the Urza Saga on time, and that gave my opponent time to just absolutely beat me into the ground with a Sowing Microspawn. Basically, my out at this point is that they take 5 minutes to scry their deck. Which, crazier things have happened before. I just think it's absolutely hilarious that the one time I blind mill them, I hit a World Breaker. Just thinking like, yeah, well, I could take some cards off the top of their library. That would kind of help, wouldn't it? I feel like they just drew another World Breaker. Yeah, let's go ahead and copy. Ah, well, they need the green source. And I'm just going to go ahead and blind mill them again. Yep, all right. I'm at 1 life. Just friendly reminder, I'm at 1. I'm going to do a... Do I do this high risk, high reward play? Do I just hope that they don't have the World Breaker? And I just kill the Haywire Mite? I think I'm going to do that. Have I hit all of their forests yet? Oh! I could have hit their Boseiju. Oh man, I should have hit their Boseiju. Oh, that feels so bad. Now they're going to see that World Breaker in their graveyard. They're going to bring it back. Are they going to? Yeah, they're bringing it back. Oh, I should have hit their Boseiju. Yeah, they know what's up. I am still going to make them play through it because I always make everyone play through everything. I could have hit their Boseiju. I could not have hit their Boseiju. They got a forest. Yeah. All right, that's game. GG's. If I had not punted game 1, then I would not be in this position. All right. Well, that happened. That happened. Well, but this is not the review stream. This is just the playing the game stream. So let's go ahead and start up the next one. I've had that all this dust up there this whole time, haven't I? Oh well. There we go. And the music is back up. Hadn't even noticed. All did become dust. That was that. Yes. That's going to be a very interesting match to look at review at later on. I will say, though, that this Tron feels beatable. Ooh. All right, how much fun do we want to have? Do we want to have a little bit of fun? Or do we want to have all of the fun? They revealed a Gigantha, which means that they've got a hyper-aggressive deck, but I have an Ensnaring Bridge in hand. All right, well, yep, I agree with everybody in the entire world. I want to have all of the fun. Let's go ahead and Inquisition Surgical something. In fact, I'm not even going to F6. I'm going to F5. Just on the off chance. Ragavan. Wow, I think it's been a while since I've seen a Ragavan. Land 3, off the top, like a boss. Alright, Inquisition. Hopefully you kept a bunch of duplicates and I can just tear them all out of your hand. Blood Moon. Blood Moon. They do not currently have a path to cast the Blood Moon. I could take them off of... Oh, they do have a path to cast the Blood Moon. That's terrifying. Do I high roll and hope they don't play the Blood Moon? I feel like that's just wrong. I think I need to take the Blood Moon. Alright, so I'm going to F6 through here. All of their lands are fetch lands, notably. They hit a Blooming Marsh. I probably would have liked to draw that Blooming Marsh. Yeah, they saw turn 1 Swamp and turn 1 basic Swamp. They might have not have slammed it. I don't think I surgical their Blood Moon here. I think that's a bit aggressive. They did grab a basic Swamp. And played an Unstable Amulet. Alright. Ah! Ensnaring Bridge. Alright. Alright, how do I do this? I need to dump my hand for this bridge ASAP. I could... Hear me out. Just hear me out. I could Thoughtseize myself. Target an Ensnaring Bridge. I could play a Grafdigger's Cage. That would leave me with how many cards in hand? Play my land. Probably Shocking in the Overgrown Tomb. That would leave me with Surgical Saga Bridge in hand. Do I Thoughtseize myself? Is this just absolute insano nutso butso land? I don't believe it is absolute insano nutso butso hand. I don't need to dump my hand quite that quickly. I think I'm going to Thoughtseize though. Alright, so Marsh Flats. And I'll take the Ajani. Yeah, I feel pretty good about taking the Ajani. I think I am going to play Urza Saga. And then play this Grafdigger's Cage. Fable's pretty good. Don't think I really care about what's in their hand right now. And honestly, I don't even know if I play Ensnaring Bridge right away. Like, this seems a bit unorthodox. But I might just make a construct and then eat the and then trade with the Ragavan. I see your surgical on Blood Moon, but I don't know if I want a surgical Blood Moon. It's a flooded strand. Like, Blood Moon is really scary, yes. But I feel like I might want to get a little bit more value out of my surgical. I think I want to use it to check their hand. Once I get a lantern down. Or do I even get a lantern down? I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead and... Blood Moon does shut off Mycosynth Gardens and Urza's Saga. Maybe I just need them to fade drawing a Blood Moon for one turn. If I make a Saga token now, then I can eat something. If I play Bridge and Surgical, I'm only down to 2 cards. But I feel like I need to start lowering my hand size anyway. Do I not grab Lantern with Saga? Do I just grab Cookbook? I think I'm going to Surgical them now. I want to see what their deck is. I'm on turn 3. I'm going to Surgical them now. They only have Marshflats in hand. I know that. They only had 1 Blood Moon. You hear that? They only had 1 Blood Moon. How I get them out of my hand before I die is I don't fetch Lantern. I fetch the Underworld Cookbook. Alright, so what do they have in this deck that actually can handle a resolved bridge? They have 1 Goblin Bombardment. They have 2 Static Prisons. They have their Unstable Amulets. They have their Ajanis. I think it might be correct to just play Bridge and then go grab the Underworld Cookbook. Oh, I didn't exile the Blood Moon from their graveyard. Oops. It might be correct to just, yeah. I think I'm going to get the Underworld Cookbook here. I'm just going to bring myself up to as high of a life total as I can. And hope that I draw something good before they draw something good. Yo! They don't have 3 energy. But I need to get Bridge lowered all the way this turn. Pixis of Pandemonium! Let's go! Do they cast it? Oh, they got the Static Prison. Oh, that's no good. You may play it until you exile another card with Unstable Amulet. I'm going to take a look at the rulings on that card. See if I destroy that somehow. Actually, I don't have any way of destroying it, so it doesn't really matter that much, does it? Thoughtseize, really? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tap. Alright, so Marsh Flats is not in their hand. I'm grabbing the Underworld Cookbook here. I don't know if that's correct or not. I would not like to pay the 2 life. I would like to play this Ensnaring Bridge. And then I would like to discard here. And they can play 1 Static Prison to remove an Ensnaring Bridge, but they can't remove both. They could remove my Underworld Cookbook. They have 3 Ajanis. They have 1 Goblin Bombardment. And this... They have 3 Ajanis and 1 Goblin Bombardment, and notably, both of those are needle targets. What do they hit here? They're just going to start chewing through my bridges? Nope, they hit the Underworld Cookbook. They know what they're doing. Jeez, man. Oh, I guess Amp Raptor doesn't actually do the thing if it's not cast from hand. But it does dome me for 1. So I'm going to F6 here. Oh, and they had Lightning Bolt in hand. Alright. I didn't see the bolts in their deck. I guess I just kind of needed them to Fate a Bolt anyway, didn't I? Alright, well, that doesn't matter too much. So I think the one for that one came down to not keeping that hand. Alright, so I don't remember what my sideboard strategy here is. I think Surgicals are bad against a deck with so much redundancy. What I think are good are discard spells, Blood Chief, Thirst, Duress, Fatal Push, removal spells, so Toxic Deluge, Collective Brutality. I think all of these things are really good against them. What is bad against them? What is bad against them? Duress is bad against them. I could keep in Cage and Cookbook. Just as a hedge against Flage. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to prioritize consistency. I will play first. I will pray for a very good hand, hopefully one that has a Collective Brutality in it. This will do. This will do. Do they have a turn 1 play that I'm absolutely positively terrified of? I don't think so. And again, I think I'm just going to go for the perfect information. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is the sort of thing that I would love to take off of this Inquisition. And you're right, I probably could have just shaved a rock. So they have Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Hadn't thought of shaving a rock, that would be a really good idea. Alright, so let's go ahead and just inquisition them, see what they're working with. A lot of nasty things. Nasty. Oh. Oh. I don't think I should play Lantern, and I don't think I should make them shuffle with Lantern. I think I need to leverage this Toxic Deluge. I'm going to leverage the Toxic Deluge. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take the Fable of the Mirror Breaker here, because literally everything else in their hand is a creature. I'm not going to take Ajani because I want to kill Ajani. I don't want to just deal with Ajani. I want to kill it. I could Pithing Needle Ajani. If I Pithing Needle Ajani, do I need to play? I think I'm going to play out my things now anyway. Harsh Mentor is out. I think I just want to mop up. I don't think that I want to be using my Mycosynth Gardens right now. And I think that this will take the Coddle Avenger. That way I just don't have to worry about it. I can discourage them from playing Ajani. Alright, so they've got Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, Ragavan, Amped Raptor, and 2 Ajanis in hand. Do they just play an Amped Raptor here? Try to get the Guide of Souls off the top? If they do that, then I can... They're dashing Ragavan. They're gonna mill my Assassin's Trophy for me? Wow, that's fantastic. That is great news. I'll take it. I will take that. You're going to play the Guide of Souls from hand. Ragavan's going to go back into their hand. I'm going to draw and play this Ensnaring Bridge. I'm going to let them overcommit next turn. And then I'm going to wipe the floor with Toxic Deluge. Ah! Well, that's a bit different. I don't want to protect my hand here. You can have a Blooming Marsh. No, because I need to get rid of the Harsh Mentor. I can't let them cast that IOK. I think I'm going to draw this Pithing Needle. And now I Toxic Deluge. I just wanted to get as much value of that out of that Toxic Deluge as I can. Yes, you may dash Ragavan here. Oh, sweet. Okay. They're casting Stirrings. For a Sacred Foundry. I mean, that's actually pretty smart. All that did was convert their treasure into a permanent mana source. Yeah, you may have a Guide of Souls. I'm going to play the Unstable Amulet here, and then I'm going to play Codex Shredder. I'm going to take a lot of damage from this Guide of Souls right now. I think they might try to go for this Amped Raptor. If they do, I'm ready for it. Maybe I should have let them know. Oh my god, really? Come on, give me a land. Give me a fetch land even. An Unstable Amulet, you can have that. Amped Raptor is gone. I think they have a path to victory here, and I think they just saw it. Dang, I think they just saw their path to victory. And no, it triggers twice because they got 2 Guides of Souls. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm dead. Wow, that sucks. All right. Well, that was a pretty swift spanking from them. Yeah, I would not have done very well. Perhaps I should have been a little bit more aggressive with my Toxic Deluge. Maybe I waited too long on that. Not sure. That's what the review stream is going to be for later. Right now, I'm just going to continue chugging through things. All right. Match 3. What does this hand do? This hand does turn 1 Duress, turn 2 Tutor, or turn 1 Needle Cookbook, which buys me a little bit of time. It needs a few things, but it also has ways to find things, and I'm not really sure that I want to... this is Goryo's, isn't it? Interesting. I think this is Goryo's. Well, that is a Urza Saga, which helps me out by quite a bit. This is not Goryo's. And I think I do just take the Force of Negation here. Do I take the Force of Negation here? Battle at the Bridge was really nice. Do I take the Force of Negation here? Might just take the Counterspell? This Force of Negation is going to do everything that Counterspell does. Force of Negation. Force of Negation does everything that Counterspell does, except it costs them a card or an additional mana to do it. And I could just play this Urza Saga game. Oh, that was pretty cool. Consider's gone. Misty's gone. They could just play a big boy Murktide right here. It's a pretty big Murktide. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty big Murktide. But you know what I think? I think I just top decked an Ensnaring Bridge, and it would be a fantastic way for me to bait out a Force of Negation from their hand. Whoa! Force! Exiling Force! Look at that. And next turn, this Profane Tutor is going to come off of Suspend, and it's going to solve all of my problems for me. They do have a ton of cards in hand, though. That worries me. And they just shocked in a Watery Grave. That also worries me. Oh, for a Psychic Frog. Ooh, yes! Alright. Yes, you may have a Psychic Frog. Do you have third Force of Negation? And I think I'm just going to grab an Ensnaring Bridge here. Do I just grab a Lantern? I think I'm just going to grab a Lantern and establish a little bit of a lock. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Do you have third Force of Negation? You do not have third Force of Negation. I think Vexing Bauble would be nice, but I'm not sure that I would actually go that route right now. I'm going to let them draw the Spell Snare. I think they played the island. Alright. Spell Snare is in their hand. I think I just kind of have to let them have this Preordain. Yes. You can have the Preordain. Sink into stupor. Yowzers. And now they're just going to start discarding cards. Get Psychic Frog as big as they can. But it's still not quite big enough to kill me in one hit. Oh. That is big enough to kill me in one hit. Okay. Wow, that's a really good interaction between Psychic Frog and Murkrow. I could have played a Pithing Needle instead of a Millrock there. I wonder if that was correct to do. Alright, so I'm playing against some sort of control deck. What is bad against them? Surgical is bad against them. Grafdigger's Cage? Underworld Cookbook is bad against them. It's already a decent chunk of cards that I've taken out. I can bring in a Duress. Is Witherbloom Command good in this spot? What non-creature, non-land permanents with mana value 2 or less do they have that I would care about? I'm not entirely certain. I could bring in a Bloodchief's Thirst, but I don't think that's the axis that I want to be engaging them on. I could bring in 1 Collective Brutality and 2 Files. And seeing what that does. Let's go ahead and see what this does. What does this hand do? This hand takes 2 threats. This hand takes 1 threat. This hand takes possibly 1 threat. It plays Pithing Needle on Psychic Frog. And then it dies. What does this hand do? This hand uses the Mycosynth Gardens to generate colored mana. And I do think it is Gardens, then Saga, then Vault. Gardens. Then Saga into Thoughtseize. Double Saga. The second ability on Mycosynth Gardens proving that it's not just flavor text. Force of Negation. Exiling a Deep Analysis? I will take that. That's what we call a good trade. They did mill a Dark Slick Shores. Alright. They gonna play a Psychic Frog here? That's double black. Ah, that's an Urza Saga down. Whatever am I going to do? I could grab an Ensnaring Bridge, or I could grab a Lantern. My opponent has yet to play a threat. If they play a Murktide Regent, then grabbing Lantern feels bad. But I think I grab Lantern anyway. What I really would have loved to grab there is the Thoughtseize. But I could not grab the Thoughtseize. And here's where they play Murktide, and I feel bad. Here's where they play Tamiyo, and I feel worse. Here's where they play both, and I feel absolutely terrible. Both of their threats have flying. And here's where I draw File, and I have a little bit of help. I think I'm just going to grab the swap. Do they counter this? They do not counter it. They thought about it. I think I will just go ahead and take that force while I can. Alright, so they've got a clue here. I don't actually need to be... I don't actually need to be slamming a bridge quite yet. I can afford to take a little bit of time. I don't think that I make a construct here. I'm just going to go ahead and... Now I have a lot of options. I could grab a Pixis and try to answer everything one for one or whatever. But I already have a Mycosynth Gardens, and I can copy something if I really need to, so I don't think that's correct. I could grab a Pithing Needle and name the backside of Tamiyo. But the problem with that is Tamiyo is a problem regardless. But I didn't really think of Tamiyo, and not a lot of my stuff answers it. So I might just have to deal with them drawing 2 cards a turn. I think I'm just going to go ham on the Milrocks here. I don't know if that's correct to do. Alright, they have 1 card in hand. And I don't know what it is. I think I'm going to have Mycosynth Gardens become a copy of Pixis. Alright, so they're going to draw this Flooded Strand. I think I'm going to Pixis here. You may have a Fatal Push. They played their Flooded Strand, right? Yeah, okay. So they still have 1 card in hand that I don't know about. Urza Saga. Alright. File is beginning to do file things. If you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, draw 2 cards instead. Another Murktide region is fine for them to draw. They're going to mill that anyway. They did not mill them. Oh, I see what they're going to do. Do they have the velocity necessary to do that? They could Fatal Push their own Murktide, use second Murktide to... I'm going to see what I draw first. I drew an Inquisition. If their last card in hand is a counterspell, then I die. Because they could Fatal Push, then counterspell their own counterspell. Then they could play another Murktide. And given how aggressive they were at protecting their hand before, I don't think I'm going to let them have this Murktide. But if they fight this with a clue, then I'm not going to do anything. I don't think I can afford to fight over this Consider. I could activate this Fomori Vault right now, but I would want to be digging for this Inquisition anyway. Alright, let's see what they draw with this Preordain. Another Murktide. You know what? You got it. Another Murktide is fine with me. Flooded Strand, fine with me. Tamiyo, I will answer eventually. I'm just grateful that it's not causing problems. So right now, I do not want to do anything with the Fomori Vault. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that counterspell that I know for a fact that they have in their hand. Because they fought so hard to protect their hand for my last discard spell. Yep, there's the Sink into Stupor. And we have Bridge. I have another Pixis. I think I'm going to wait until their upkeep. And here they are just going to... Oh. None of this matters. I'm dead. Let's just see if they see the line. I'm sure they see the line. Yeah, they got it. That was quite interesting, though, wasn't it? Maybe I should have grabbed a needle for the backside of Tamiyo all the way back when, but I'm not sure. Again, this stream is not for wondering why. The stream is just for doing things, and I will review later. Oh, I haven't updated my games in a little bit. fact, I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna use the bathroom and stuff. I'll be right back. All right, and we are ready with round 4. So I will play first. Yes, thanks for asking. This hand is probably the best hand that I could have possibly asked for. Like, when we think of, like, nut hands, this is pretty close to a nut hand. This is a snap key. Ah! Devourer of Destiny, you say? Well... So they're going to look at the top 4 of their deck. They find a card, the Great Creator. You got it. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, no Chalice in 0. double Kozilek's command, huh? Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. My opponent's not going to be doing anything anytime soon. I could take one Kozilek's command. And I could put Pixis down. I could throw down a Needle at some point as well. How interesting. Here's what I could do. I could take the Kozilek's command and then play Bauble Pixis. Next turn, I make a construct. Turn after that, I make another construct and I slam a Needle on Karn. If I do that, then that's my turn 4, which means they've had a chance to both play and minus Karn. So the Needle would have to come down this turn. I could take the Karn and try to kill them before their Kozilek's commands happen. But if they play one Kozilek's command, then they're going to use it to power up the other. So I think I'm going to take the high-risk play here. It was Kozilek's command, and an Urza's Mine, and an Urza's Tower. That's a Thought-Knot Seer. Now that makes things quite a bit more interesting. I think I'm going to let them have this Thought-Knot Seer, and I'm just going to make a construct that's bigger than it. Yeah, see, here's the first Kozilek's command. They're firing it off now. So they are going to play the Kozilek's command. They're going to create 2 jump blockers. And they're going to scry X, and they're going to draw a power plant. And then an All Is Dust. And now that's all the Kozilek's commands in their hand gone. I'm going to go ahead and just accept that going to accept that this Karn is going to stick around for a little bit. And I'll grab a Codex Shredder here. This was an extraordinarily high risk play, and I'm not sure it was correct. Well, now it's definitely not correct. Or are they just gonna play the Devourer of Destiny? Yeah! I will take that. Oh, I guess that's the only thing they can do. Alright, well, Pixis. Let's go ahead and play this other Pixis. Now I need to make sure that I have a stop set on my second main. Attack with all creatures at Karn. Oh yeah, because I didn't keep that Thought-Knot Seer from earlier. That's right. Now I'm going to activate Pixis here. I'll go ahead and let them have that. Suspend this. And this game is done. Nice. That was a line. Wow, that was a line. Surgicals are out. Inquisition is in timeout. Grafdigger's Cage is out. The Underworld Cookbook is out. That leaves a couple of other things. I can bring in these files. I can bring in these Terra Sunders. I can side out an Inquisition for Duress. I can side out another Inquisition for a Pithing Needle. Yeah? Witherbloom Command, is this good in this spot? Is it better than an Inquisition? I don't think so. What does this hand do? This hand has Urza Saga in it. This hand has Bauble Shredder in it. This hand has a Pithing Needle in it in case I really need to name a Karn or a One Ring right away. My opponent kept 6, and they threw an Ulamog underneath an Ugin's Labyrinth. Now, something funky that I could do, I could play Pithing Needle and name the Ugin's Labyrinth, but I think that is way more aggressive than I need to be. And I think that I should have activated Mishra's Bauble immediately. You know, they do have a lot of big, scary boys underneath their Ugin's Labyrinths. And that's a Thoughtseize on top of my deck. So, I see a scenario where I legitimately do needle Ugin's Labyrinth. I'm needling Ugin's Labyrinth. I don't think they're going to respond to this pithing needle. Oh, they're responding to the pithing needle. Oh, they're responding to the pithing needle again. I think I'm just going to hit the One Ring here. Alright, so they got Umama, Ceaseless Hunger, and Emrakul, the Promised End. An expedition map off the top. Alright, I took the Devourer. I am not going to bobble here. I'm going to just try and kill them. I think they grabbed an Eldrazi Temple or something like that here. I grabbed an Urza's Mind. That's terrifying. Talisman of Resilience. Let's go. Can I go coast to coast with these constructs? I think so, actually. I don't need to keep them off of everything forever. I just need to keep them off of a little bit for just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean literally one turn. So will this snow-covered waste? Yeah, it will not. Alright, Urza Saga soloed that game. It's just too strong. Oh, you missed me losing to a really tight game against this black control list where they had some really good lines. They used their Murktide Regent. They used their Psychic Frog to grow their Murktide Regent in the first game, and in the second game they flipped Tamiyo at just the right time and managed to buy back a Sink to Stupor that I discarded earlier in the game. It was really tight. File of Galadriel really helped out. And then here you missed me absolutely curb stomping Tron. Apparently, Karn the Great Creator doesn't actually do much when you have a Pithing Needle on it and you just have a bunch of construct tokens. So let's go ahead and start round 5. I am not doing too hot in this league. I'm just going to be completely real. This is not doing too hot. Tryharding is not working. And I have yet to figure out how to actually use this program that I developed to control my stream. All right, and here we go. We are in round 5. Let's see what happens. All right, so what does this hand do? This hand casts an Inquisition, optionally Surgical something, and then just gets completely run over. I do not think this is a good hand. What does this hand do? This hand does turn 1 Lantern into turn 2 Trophy into turn 3 Bridge. And I think that I need to bottom the Bauble in order to accomplish this goal. Now it still does turn 1 Lantern, I think. A Boseiju. A Boseiju. Do I allow them to draw the Boseiju? Oh, they're fetching. Oh. It's Yawgmoth. Oh, this is not going to be fun, man. This is not going to be fun. I think I'm going to grab the forest, and I'm going to trophy their Marionette Apprentice right now. Okay, yeah, I'm chill with that. They got a Young Wolf in play. They got a... whatever the hell this is in play. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 green squirrel tokens are created instead. It has Forest Walk. And black to sacrifice X squirrel so target creature gets plus X, minus X, until end of turn. Well, isn't that interesting? Alright, so here. I could... Stirrings for a Millrock, Thoughtseize, play Mycosynth, play my Millrock, and then next turn I play Overgrown Tomb, whatever I draw, Bridge, and then I'm just completely locked up. If I play Ensnaring Bridge here, then it doesn't actually help me. And I think I want to see what I can find here. Grafdigger's Cage, that's an even better hit. Yeah. Court of Calling is gone. Court of Calling is gone. Goodbye, Court of Calling. And I will go ahead and play Grafdigger's Cage. And just hope that they chill for a little bit, you know? Yeah, just please chill for a little bit. Alright, they're gonna chill for a little bit. I'm gonna play this Overgrown Tomb. I am gonna shock it in. I'm gonna play this Cookbook. And I'm gonna play this Bridge. And now nothing happens. For a little bit, at least. Oh my god! Alright. Alright, so they've cast their hand. I think I'm going to do this now. And now I'm going to copy my lantern and then have them shuffle. Oh! Alright, critical hit. That's game. That is game. Okay, so against this deck, what do I not like? I don't particularly like the Duress. As interesting as the Underworld Cookbook was in that game, I don't know if it's correct to have it here. I think Profane Tutor is too slow. And the baubles are suspect. What do I want instead? I want Collective Brutality. I want Toxic Deluge. Oh my god, I didn't need to make them shuffle because I had a Grafdigger's Cage in play. Oh! Oh man, that hurts. Wow, that hurts. Wow, that hurts. What else can I do? I could Thoughtseize, Bloodchief's Thirst, and Fatal Push for 2 of these things. Witherbloom Command, again, just looking just a little bit like it's just so close to greatness, but it's just not quite. If it was neg 2 neg 2, it would be a lot better. All right, what does this hand do? This hand does Thoughtseize, Pithing Needle something. And then it slowly bleeds out until I find a bridge. Is that good enough? Yeah, I don't know why I was so scared of the cord. I forgot that Cage handles library stuff too, and not just graveyard stuff. I don't think this is a keep. I think this is a trap. I'm gonna mulligan. This is a much better hand. I am going to bottom a lantern. And play lantern off basic swamp. Alright, so this guy's just infinite life. Alright, so we got a young wolf here. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature, look at the 7 top cards of your library. Wow, just like that, huh? Then you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from among those cards onto the battlefield. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Who the heck authorized printing that absolute piece of garbage? Get that out of my face immediately. And here I'll decide if I want to let them have the Yawgmoth or not. I've got the needle. I'll let them have the Yawgmoth. Alright, so there's the Prosperous Innkeeper. Create their treasure token. I will mill them. Just go ahead and do that now. Do I allow them to have this Marionette Apprentice? Whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. I think I don't want them to have it. I think they can have this Prosperous Innkeeper instead. And I will just activate Bobble Now again. Alright. So you... Prosperous Innkeeper. And I'm okay with how all of the draws are currently. I pretty desperately need to Orcish Bowmasters, that's fine. Oh my goodness. Alright, yeah, that's fine. You got all of the life now. I pretty desperately need to find an ensnaring. And I think I'm going to aggressively dig for one here. It's Thoughtseize. I don't have time for Thoughtseize. I don't have time for Assassin's Trophy because I'm going to be firing off this Stirrings. Notably, none of these things are ensnaring rich. I think I'm going to grab the Mycosynth cards. Looming Marsh is their land for turn. They still have 2 cards in hand that they haven't actually played yet. And that does worry me a little bit. That's almost certainly incorrect. I'm gonna go ahead and copy a Millrock here. And I will actually just draw this Inquisition because my opponent just decided to chill. Ah, they had a court. X equals 4, huh? What sort of nasty thing? I have Yawgmoth needled. Why didn't you grab that Collector Oof? That's why you didn't. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and just, Huh. Guess they just didn't, it just didn't really matter at that point, did it? Yeah, you got it. Oh, I should have milled them in response. Oof, this is gonna be rough. You ready to get spanked, everybody? Ready to get spanked? Because this is how you do it. This is how you do it. So they're going to go ahead and draw a collector. Ooh. I could make them shuffle. Do I make them shuffle? Turn it. It's my turn 5, so I've already played my land. And I didn't play the Mycosynth Garden so that I could play my Lantern and then have a copy my Lantern and then shuffle, but make them shuffle with the first one. Okay. Well, I think I probably just lost this. So they're gonna get a Delighted Halfling. They're gonna mill a Chatterfang. Gonna get a Yagi. And then they have a Haywire right on top. Alright, I'm ready to wrap it up. Okay, I have completed the league. So that was a pretty embarrassing 1-4. After my 3-2, that's not looking terribly good. So I'll go ahead and wrap up for now, and maybe we can start a review stream later on.